In this section, we're going to take a look at the anthropological study of religion. We'll see that it's different from some of the other ways to approach studying religion. In the first section, we talked about the various perspectives, and we're going to delve deeper into how, from an anthropological approach, we study religion. How do you think religion came to be? You're going to have an opportunity in this particular module to create your own religion. But just think about for a moment, if you haven't already at some point in your life, how did we get religion? Is it the result of beliefs and ideas? Did religion come as a result of ritual? Maybe people gathered together and they began doing certain things. They noticed results from that, so they continued to do them to get those same results, and from that develop ritual and ultimately religion. Did religion come about as a matter of feeling? People having certain feelings, feeling a connection to things around them, things about them. Did religion arise from morality? Did it come as a result of community? Before we delve into all of those things, we're going to have a very brief introduction to anthropology. For those of you who may be taking your first anthropology course with this course, or even those of you who might have had an anthropology course before, this is a very quick refresher. In this course, for me, the definition for anthropology that suffices is very simple. That is the integrated study of humanity. When we look at human societies, we see them as systematic sums of their parts, as integrated wholes, and we call this in anthropology holism. Again, that by studying parts of a particular society or culture, we can gain a greater understanding for the entire culture. I'd like to use a quick example. In the West, the institution of marriage. We know that marriage is influenced by politics and law. The law can tell who individuals can marry and can't marry. We know that economics also influences marriage. There being certain tax advantages for being married. There being things that, in terms of recognition, going back to the law when it comes to marriage. We know that ethics and theology also influence marriage. The idea, for example, of monogamy being strongly practiced and emphasized in the culture in the United States, and the idea of ethics, and people still finding grounds for divorce in terms of person infidelity, person being unfaithful. History also influences the institution of marriage in the United States as well as elsewhere, but there are certain things that are traditions and customs that are carried on that are a part of the whole institution of marriage. Literature. Certainly, there are a lot of things written about marriage. We can go from romance novels where the idea of marriage is idealized. We can look at many other things where in marriage ceremony, poems and other readings that are used a part of it, but literature being a very big part of marriage. And finally, art and music. We know the marriage and the wedding ceremony very often relies upon the aesthetic aspects of culture to help bring about a festive, celebratory feeling. If we take a brief look at the fields of anthropology, beginning with physical biological anthropology, the study of human biology and evolution. The next field of anthropology is archaeology. That's where we look at and understand people based upon their physical and cultural remains, things that people leave behind give us clues as to how people lived in previous times. Linguistics, which is the study of human language. We've already mentioned how very powerful and very, very influential and essential language is to understanding religion, and linguistics is studying how we use language. And finally, cultural anthropology, which is the study of contemporary human societies. And that is a part of the focus of this course. We'll be looking at religion from the perspective of cultural anthropology. A couple of other ideas I want to cover that are related to anthropology. That is, first of all, an ethnography, which is a descriptive study of human societies. An anthropologist will typically go into the field and engage in participant observation, where they will spend time with a particular culture in a society or setting and observe what is happening and produce a, again, descriptive and explanatory study of what they have found. And this is important. Much of the work that we will be consulting in this course will be based on ethnographies by various anthropologists. Also, a lot of the ethnographies that are written or produced are done so with the convention that we call the ethnographic present, where they'll discuss groups in the present tense as they were first described by ethnographers. And this concludes part 1 of the anthropological study of religion.